Hi, folks, and welcome. I'm Dan McDermott. This is the McDermott Report. We're trying something new tonight. We have our regular audio callers. Our number is 818-688-6625 if you'd like to join in. Also, we're doing a Google Hangout tonight, of all nights, when they've expanded the capabilities of that feature. That's our main topic tonight, the new exciting news about Google+. And joining me from the Google Hangout is Prisoner. Alan, how are you, sir?
Okay, Dan, how are you doing tonight?
Doing quite well, and I know I was really excited. I posted it this morning, and I saw that, or this afternoon, it was from Vic, from Google, some exciting new features that are on Google+. I know one of them is a search function. Oddly enough, when Google, which is the search leader, launched their newest social network, they didn't include a search feature. Now there is one, and it's pretty good. I still haven't figured out if I like it yet, but it's better than no search. I know we can all agree on that. Also, they announced that mobile phones can join a Hangout, and that's a big feature. A Hangout is a video conference with up to 10 different people, and so I was testing it today. I hope none of my friends in the Front Row Police Department are listening, because I was testing it while I was driving. I was doing a Hangout with Scott Swain, and it worked perfectly. I mean, it was. I wasn't hooked up to Wi-Fi because I was driving down the highway, but it was great. It worked, and the audio. They're emphasizing audio over video. So, in general, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the big announcement today, Briz?
These were major announcements. I think the part of the they announced 9 things today. And you look at each of them, and you just have to wonder which one is, everyone is bigger than the next. The Hangouts on your phone, that's a huge feature. That was the first one that showed up on the list. Got a lot of people excited about it. You're going to need Android 2.3 or higher. The iOS version's coming soon, but that's a huge feature. I've already seen people using it all over the place this evening. It's gotten a lot of people excited. The search has gotten a lot of people going, wow. They took away some of the features. They took away Sparks, which was one of their big launch features, and I think that means they finally realized nobody was using it. And instead they've replaced it with this new advanced search feature. And it's wonderful. You can combine a searching for people, you're searching for articles, you're searching for stuff on the web, all in one place. You can save a search and get back to that search easy. It's remarkable. I think it's one of the things that people have been asking for, and they finally delivered it.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. There's so many different things. Let's talk about each of them. First of all, the Hangouts. The Hangouts are for folks. I mean, for folks who are going to watch us on YouTube or listen on Blog Talk Radio. A Hangout in Google Plus is a video conference, and we're actually the Prisoner, that's his nickname, Alan, is joining us via a Google Hangout with some other folks. If you'd like to join that Hangout, if you're watching live, you can do so by going to my Google Plus page, which is gplus.to/McDermott, and you'll see the Hangout there, and you're welcome to just join right in. You have to be a member of Google Plus to join it, though, and now that's another thing that it's opened up. But the first thing is the ability to do Hangouts on your phone. What do you guys think about the practical applications? One thing I said to Scott was, I said, now this is going to be like when Google Plus first started up, and all everyone did was talk about how awesome Google Plus was. I think we're back to those days. And what do you guys think? Booey, what do you think about the practical applications? I know you can't do it yet. You talked to me earlier today, but what do you think? I think this is really cool.
I like it. I wish I could use it, though. Now I want to go buy a new phone.
Yeah, I think. What do you think about the impact on Skype? Because I noticed that whoever. Oh gosh, I guess I'm getting feedback. I know. I'll put that down. I noticed that with Skype and with YouTube, you can't use it because I have the Motorola phone. I have a Motorola Photon, and it's a dual core chip. And I think there's an issue with all the dual core processors that you can't use video with Skype. So I think this will negatively impact Skype in that Google Hangouts can be used by a dual processor modern phone, the newest generation of phones and tablets, but Skype with video cannot. What do you guys think?
Well, Skype is a closed protocol. They have to make it, right? So we have to wait for Skype to make an application for whatever phone you're using. Google Talk or G Talk is the same as Skype. I like it a lot. I like G Talk way more than Skype. It does the exact same thing. You have the video conferencing, you have the long distance cheap rates and whatnot. But the only difference is when you sign up for Google Voice, you get your own phone number. So you can actually use your own phone number from your phone. I like. Skype don't have that, I don't think.
Correct, and they're all different services. Google Talk, of course, is a neat. It's an IM system, but it follows you. The best advantage there is you can be in email and it'll pop up. You can be on Google Plus, it'll pop up on your computer, and then if you run outside to go to the store, you can continue the conversation on your phone, and that's a big thing. That's a big, pardon the pun, a big plus with Google's technology. And I guess the messenger thing, we were talking about this earlier today, Booey. You thought that when they renamed a huddle, what did they say? Did they just call it Messenger, right?
Yeah,
I think,
it's not Messenger.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I think one of the problems, all the tech geeks are here. Everyone, all the guys like us who are nerds, we're all here already. What they're trying to do is get the soccer moms, like I've said, and get the folks who aren't tech geeks to join, the Facebook people, to make it more popular. And so I think that's naming it Messenger makes more sense because you would always have to explain to someone what a huddle is. And the two, I guess the two, correct me if I'm wrong, Priz, I think the two top services are Yahoo Instant Messenger and AOL Instant Messenger, and obviously all those users are used to using the word messenger for what it is. It's sort of a text messaging service, right?
And if not those two, I'm pretty sure Microsoft Messenger also ranks up there. So yeah, everyone understands the term.
Yeah. Okay. Priz, what do you think the practical application of the mobile ability is to do a hangout?
It's practically limitless. It really is. I mean, with this, this is probably one of the biggest multi-platform capabilities coming. We back in the 60s and 70s, people were talking about video phones. Back when Apple introduced its FaceTime, everyone was saying, "Oh, FaceTime is going to be how video telephony works." Well, I think Google just said, no, this is how video telephony is going to work. This is going to be truly cross-platform. You've got it on Android. You'll have it on iOS. You now have this capability on Windows, on Linux, on OS X. You've got it everywhere, essentially. And this is the first place you really do have it everywhere. So I think that's a huge leap forward. We've seen Hangouts used for all sorts of things so far. I think now with adding it to mobile, we're just going to see one more step. You're going to see husbands showing up in stores waving their cameras at items on the shelf to make sure that, so their wives make sure they get the right things. I can see you'll see news reports of that happening within a week. Promise you.
You're right, and it's really interesting because I was talking to Scott Swain today on my first mobile hang. I was trying to find one on my stream because I heard about the app. I posted a thing about the message from Vic about these exciting new features. This basically, I would call this Google Plus 2.0 because it's that dramatic. And so then he said he'll start a hangout, and so I hung out with him. And as I was driving the car, just kidding, all my police and sheriff's deputy friends, and it was amazing quality. The audio was like a phone call. The video, the frame rate wasn't great, and I liked that when it would drop, if they had to compensate for a lack of bandwidth as I was traveling, when they had to drop it, that they would show the profile picture up there. And then it would snap back to his live video feed. And we had a conversation. He said, this is like the Star Trek neat technology stuff that wasn't here yet. And then I said, well, I got to go. I'm going to the gym. So I went to Gold's Gym, and I was so excited about it. I did what you're talking about, Priz. I held the phone up. I said, look, oh, my God, it's a Google Hangout on my phone. And they're looking at him, and he's in Texas, and I'm in Front Royal, Virginia, showing two folks. And then I said I have to get off because we get to go in the locker room. I can't bring my Google Hangout in the locker room. I'll get banned from Gold's Gym. But it was just so exciting, and you're right. I mean, I can't begin to fathom. I guess it's like, what is it, FaceTime, right? That's what Apple has.
That's what Apple was calling it, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's the same thing. It's front face. And I'm really excited that it works on my phone because Skype does not. I cannot receive or send Skype video. I think this is really going to get Skype an impetus to very quickly add that feature to all of the phones out there. What do you got? Any of you other guys want to chime in? This is total democracy. This is awesome.
Can you use the front camera with Google Talks video chat yet with your phone?
I don't know the answer to that question. I haven't tried it. I'm not sure if I can or not, to be honest. But
well, looks like right now we have Adam joining us on a mobile device in his car.
Oh, that's awesome. Adam, talk to us.
Hey guys, I'm just trying this out on the mobile on the Zoom, Motorola Zoom.
Okay.
And there's a little thing at the bottom, a little icon where you touch it once and you can switch cam views. So I switched to the back cam or the front cam, which is pretty cool. So I could use the 5 megapixel cam here, so you see the quality difference.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I didn't know you could do that. Is that a phone-specific feature, or is that a Google Hangout feature?
No, it's in Google Hangouts, but I'm assuming it's simply because it's a Motorola Zoom. Maybe it's enabled. I didn't see it enabled on the phone. I tried it on
it works also on my transformer as well.
Wow. All right, so that's an example, right? Did we lose a signal, and so we're seeing a profile shot? That's what it does. See, that's what it does. If the video fuzzes out, then it'll just switch to the profile picture. So that's really cool. All right, so the mobile Hangouts are awesome, and I can't begin to think of all the things that could be done. Another feature that we can't see yet is Hangouts on Air, and they're going to introduce this. This is the ability to, I guess, up till now, like right now, there are allowed to be up to 9 people in this Hangout, in addition to myself. And then if I were to leave it, I think it would continue on, and then another 10th person can come in. People can come and go, but it's a max of 10. And the beauty of it is, the disadvantage is only those 10 people can see it. So when you had a famous person like Newt Gingrich or Michael Dell do a Hangout, you were unable to participate unless you were one of those 10 people, unless someone recorded it. So now they're adding both of those features. It's still, I think, limited to 10 people, but on a limited basis at first, but I guess more folks will be in it later. You'll be able to record the Hangout, and you'll also be able to let other people watch. I guess other people can watch a Hangout even after it's full. Am I describing that correctly?
Yes. That's how I understand it. You'll be able to, basically, once it's fully rolled out, everyone will be able to stream live through YouTube. So you'll be able to both record it on YouTube and stream it through YouTube.
Yeah, this all gets back to tying all the disparate services together. This is really exciting, and I guess they're going to launch it with Will.i.am Hangout Wednesday. That's tomorrow night, September 21st. And so that's just awesome. So who wants to talk, any of you guys, on what we've discussed so far about the Hangouts? Anybody else in our Hangout want to weigh in on this?
Well, I think that using the sharing feature of the Hangout extras will definitely be a use that I find for it. It's a way to share a document through all 10 people, and you can edit it at the same time, just like Google Docs, only you can see the people that you're editing with now. So I believe that I'll be able to use that for school stuff, for my fraternity when we're working on documents, for a whole number of uses. And actually my international fraternity is starting to use it for their administrative stuff as well. So I think that's a great feature.
Yeah, I know Scoble was talking about that was one thing that was missing. I think it was Robert Scoble who said that today, that the Google Apps integration was sorely missing. Okay, I'm looking here. It's like the new extra is screen sharing for when you want to show off your vacation photos, your high score, your lesson plan, whatever else is on your screen. The sketch pad when you want to draw, doodle, or just scribble together. Google Docs for when you want to write, plan, or present something with others. And that will be neat for us for our show prep for Google Plus Week when we have a public document that anybody can edit and add topics, and Prisoner's really good at that. And then named hangouts for when you want to join or create a public hangout about a certain topic like fashion, music, or sports. Or in this case, I'd like to name it so that people know that we're doing a internet television show, and if you join the hangout, you're part of it. So that's really cool. Okay, Hangout APIs. Priz, you're a programmer. You wanted to discuss the relevance of that?
Sorry, somebody muted me.
I didn't mute you.
I'm Booey. Anyway, I cannot understate how significant the Google API is, the Hangout API is. This is the big game changer in a lot of ways. This basically will allow any application, anything at all, to be embedded as part of a Hangout. So what you're going to start seeing, I don't think it was Dan Booey, what you're going to start seeing are games as part of Hangouts. You're going to see interactive polling as part of Hangouts. Basically anything where the participants can interact parts of Hangouts. And right now we're talking about how great it is to share docs. That's a tiny, tiny aspect of what the API is going to be giving us. It's just going to be incredible. I think the Hangout API is really the biggest feature that has hit Google Plus since it was launched.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I think it's come a long way in, 3 months, I guess?
Dan, you muted.
Go ahead.
Booey muted you, Dan.
Oh, man. All right. Let me unmute myself here.
I was just trying to find out where the background noise was coming from. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't figure it out.
I got a $500 mic in the studio. It ain't me.
It's starting to bug me.
It's not me. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we got here. The search. Search. Man, I'm so excited about search. Who wants to weigh in on search? About how important that is and the implications. Just to make it more like Twitter, where folks have said it's a problem on Twitter.
That everyone wondered why it wasn't there from day one.
Yeah, because especially it's a social network founded by a company that does search. The big thing was you couldn't find, like, one of the best things about Twitter was you could search, and I liked it better when you could search in Google. But they stopped that deal. But if you're trying to find out, there's an earthquake at some country, and you're trying to search to find sources for news reporters, if you're trying to search to find people on the ground there, it was great for that. But it was the way you could search in here was simply to go to Google and then say site:+.google, and it was ghetto. But now I'm excited about it. So what do you think, Priz?
Like I said, it's a feature they should have had there since day one. Everyone was wondering why they didn't. It replaces Sparks, which has its ups and downs. But I played with it a little today. It's got some interesting quirks, but overall it works incredibly well. It searches people's names. It searches their profiles. It'll search posts that are public and those that are available just to you. And then if it still goes out and searches the web while it's at it. So there's all sorts of things that this search does. Incredibly powerful, great feature. It's about time they got it.
Anybody else want to weigh in on that?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Go ahead.
Actually, it's very interesting that the search came out because yesterday and for the last few weeks I've been complaining that Google Plus was getting boring. I'm not a tech person or a very big person in photography, but it seemed like all the conversation revolved around both. So there's articles that came out, I think it was PBS, and different people that were complaining that Google Plus was getting boring. And my main complaint was I can't find people that have interests outside of photography and tech. And I kept on asking for hash, and I kept on asking for a way to search from Google, ironically, and then it comes out the next day. So for me, it's a big game changer.
It's a game changer for all the networks, right? Because it's exciting to see Facebook innovating their service to respond to Google Plus. Facebook, people can write this off. I think TechCrunch had what was the title? Does anyone still use Google Plus? But Facebook's very concerned. You can tell the way they're reacting. They're seriously upgrading their service for the better. I think it's great. And now, if Facebook had gone complacent at all, or lethargic, or arrogant, whatever, those days are over, because they're really innovating now. And now Facebook, it's almost like, I think Priz or someone made the observation, it's like Photoshop. It's getting so complicated, you can't figure out what's going on. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about the constant battle between these two guys? I think it's exciting and great.
I think the timing of today's announcements from Google Plus is very significant. No surprise that it came out today, especially since Facebook has got their big conference starting on Thursday. And you can be sure that we're going to see a lot coming out from the Facebook conference on Thursday. So I think this was a preemptive strike by Google saying, hey, we've got 8 big new features and 1 major announcement. And I assume we're going to get to that major announcement next.
Okay, what do you guys think? Now they've reopened it up to anybody, right? So anybody can sign up, and that's exciting. And they announced these other features the same day. And I think that all of a sudden, the other gentleman made a great point that it was all like, I mean, no matter who you circle, unless you find specific people, it is all about tech or photography to a large extent. And I have some news people, but generally that's who's on the service. And so now with the search, you'll be able, we've had people on the show who are interested in all sorts of things, a knitting group, Hangouts, whatever, and you can now do a search. I guess you could do a search for public Hangouts, right? But you couldn't do that before, unless someone in your circles, right?
Well, I think that opening it up, because I remember the invitations came out where you can invite up to 150 people. On Facebook, I have over 800 friends, and I couldn't get more than 8 people to join. And I think a big reason was because they really didn't see what the value to them was. More important than opening it up is having something for them to somewhere or some people to connect with is going to be a bigger factor.
Your audio is a little messed up.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that because I wanted to inform you guys. I'm on my HTC Evo via mobile, so I wanted to see if you guys have the quality.
Yeah, it's good now. Just when you came back, it was better. That's neat. I think this is so exciting that you can do this. Are you connected Wi-Fi or through the cell or whatever network?
I'm connected Wi-Fi, and I'm right next to the router, so it's a really good connection. I am getting you guys come across a little broken up, so it's not the best, but it's pretty good.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right, we've got about 11 minutes, and we're going to lose the audio network.
Try and mute yourself for a second.
Your satellite's going out of range, Dan?
No, the audio network, Blog Talk Radio. I'm reserved for 11 more minutes. So we've got. What other thoughts? I'm so excited. I mean, about this stuff. I'm excited because it's new features and it's cool. It's more usable now. I'm excited that we have people joining us now from mobile phones. They could be anywhere. If there was news happening, I mean, what if we were, for example, let me give you an example. Let's say that Hurricane Katrina had just happened, right? And we were talking about that on my news show, because Friday's tech, and tonight I'm basically doing tech because it was such a disaster trying to get this thing wired up to be able to bring the Hangout on the show. But wouldn't it be, imagine those days if you had someone in New Orleans who had internet somehow talking to us live about the after effects of Hurricane Katrina from the ground. I mean, I see limitless possibilities here. This is so exciting to me as a newspaper and journalists in general. That this is so exciting. What do you guys? Any other thoughts that you guys might have? Anybody?
Well, the big thing is if they have internet. That's the main thing. In a situation like that, your example, I think that would be the main thing. What I would like to see is, I'm not sure how much news the anonymous Occupy Wall Street movement has gotten, It seems to be not that much, which is kind of surprising, kind of says something about our media today. But I think that if we see some of those people broadcasting their hangout and what they're doing, I think that this could supplement the fast communication that Twitter has and supplement all the other forms of communication that they're using right now, with blogging or whatever.
I think
To be able
AJ's
to see it
absolutely
live
right.
is good.
AJ's absolutely right. You see this a lot, for example, in Korea, where the major news agencies aren't news agencies. They're a bunch of people who have collected together, and they're able to get videos out faster than the real news agencies are. For America, this is radical and revolutionary, and I think it's going to be a big deal changer. You're going to see a lot more citizen journalism, and we've already been seeing that growing more and more.
Yeah, I think so. What's the sign there, Booey? What?
Booey is trying to tell Reynaldo to mute himself.
Oh,
To get what?
that's a lot of. What are you saying? And there's a chat room now. I've
I
got.
want to see where the noise is coming from. I don't think I can mute you.
It's only on your line. It's probably you, Booey. Probably what you have is on your settings. You have selected to automatically adjust speaker volume. Unselect that, and I bet you will magically be fixed.
I'm muted.
Did he mute me?
I am muted.
No, we heard
So
you.
good.
We muted our Vancouver friend. Anybody else want to weigh in? We got 7 more minutes.
Alrighty, well, yesterday I was talking with Chu from Google about how if they released mobile hangouts, what would the cell phone providers do? Because they are cracking down on anybody now who, it's about an average of 2 gigs. If you use more than 2 gigabytes of data on a cellular network, 3G or 4G, they're going to start hitting you with the slower bandwidth. So, what does that say now for the cell phone providers? Do they have to bring back unlimited plans and actually make them unlimited like they should still be doing? Because even Verizon now is going to start, or they've already started, I've noticed, to crack down on me. I've used 4.2 gigabytes this month and I get a slower connection.
I know Sprint has unlimited, but I'm worried that they're changing everything to all of the non-iPhone users are going to be paying the price for them to introduce the iPhone onto Sprint, and we're going to get some of the same ghetto policies because America has such a dismal rollout of data compared to some of these other countries, especially some of the Asian countries and some of the European countries. We're really behind the times, although we do have a much larger geographical area that has a lot of people. But yeah, I think that's a problem. But I don't know if it's something you're going to use all the time. Like the examples, if you have a breaking news story, or if you're in the grocery store and you're like, honey, is this the right cut of meat? That kind. When your wife sends you to the store to buy meat, and you're like, oh my God, what does she want? I think it's not something you're going to use all the time because it's still not the same quality that you would get from a desktop hangout, right? I don't know. I mean, I got to hear what you're saying.
I think you're going to see a lot more people using it for a lot different things. Can you imagine, walking into a concert and going, hey, where are you located? And, the person you're talking to is going to start waving their phone around so you can get an idea on where they're standing. Every time I think about it, I think of another application.
Man,
It's
talk
just
about
going to
copyright violations. I can't imagine how many people will be live streaming a concert, probably. I mean, yeah, that's amazing. It'll probably max out from this kind of thing. But I guess you could do it with Skype. But yeah, this is just so exciting, and I like that they didn't do a proprietary app in that anybody who's got a phone, it should work if it's Android. It's not like Skype where they have to.
If it's Android 2.3 or higher.
And has a front-facing camera. On
Right.
my Motorola Droid, the original ghetto Droid, I cannot do that because I do not have a front-facing camera. It actually won't let me. The software is in there, but it won't let me because it doesn't recognize a front-facing camera.
You could start a support group with Booey. Who's got
Well, I'm getting a new phone here
Yeah,
when the
go ahead.
Nexus Prime comes out in a month or two.
Again, on mobile, it has a way to switch from the back camera, which is what I'm showing now, to
Right.
the front face I don't know why they require it if the application allows you to switch back and forth.
Right. On my tablet, I'm just fine. My Asus Transformer tablet, I can do whatever I want. I can walk around the whole apartment here and show you all everything. But with the phone, I just get a little pop-up that says it's not able to work at all.
Are you on the Asus tablet now?
No, I'm not. I'm on my desktop right now.
Okay. Yeah, the guy's driving. That's so awesome. Don't wreck, though.
I don't know if that's been driving. I think he's been pulled over for a while now, Adam.
Not hanging out in traffic. Any law?
Yeah, I'm not responsible if he wrecks his car, right? Don't sue me, please. We don't have any insurance for this
I'm an attorney.
business.
I'll do it.
Cool. So, any final thoughts? We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and I lose the Blog Talk Radio folks.
The Hangout changes are huge, and the Hangout changes are huge. And with the API, we're only seeing the beginning of some really, really awesome things coming with it.
Yeah.
This is going to be a big for tech support, right? If you have a website and you want to offer, like you can say live chat now with a sales representative or whatever, it's much more practical if I can look at you in the face and explain something of certain products you could sell. I mean, you could even show the sweater you want to buy, or you know what I mean? To say live Google Hangout right now and add that to your options to interact with someone before you make a purchase, or if you have a tech support question, right?
Yeah. Is anybody in here working for Google right now?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Because Saturday, David Bennett had revealed about something brand new about the Hangouts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say again.
David Bennett, one of the Google Hangout experts that works for Google, and he revealed that about the new. He leaked something he wasn't supposed to have been leaking about the new features for the Hangouts.
When was this?
Saturday.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess maybe they said maybe they denied it or something or whatever. And then oops.
Because somebody was trying to develop an extension that gets rid of the weight check, and he said, well, good luck with that because we about to change it anyway.
Now the new features have been put in place already. So earlier today they put the new features in place.
Yeah, but I see.
90 seconds.
Yeah, but sign off.
Yeah, I'm going to sign off from the audio network. We can keep this going, guys. I'm going to lose them and hang on. Okay, to anyone listening on Blog Talk Radio, we appreciate it. I apologize, but because I got a late start because of some technical difficulties, we're going to continue the video program. But if you'd like to watch this, just remember this date, September 20th, 2011, and you can find us on YouTube.com/
60 seconds.
YouTube.com/ Daniel P. McDermott. And you can find me on Google+, gplus.to/McDermott. Again, my apologies, but the rest of the program will be there. So we thank you very much. And we're going to continue on with the program, but we're going to sign off from the audio network. So thank you, Blog Talk Radio listeners. All right. So
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right. So that is the that's off. So we can continue now. We're still recording for the YouTube version.
Can I make a statement?
Anyway, so I apologize for whoever was talking about whatever it was you were talking about. I got distracted there. I'm having an ADD moment.
Yeah, it was about the new feature about what David Bennett has revealed about it.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
I love it, and I think they should keep it.
What do you like about what specific things do you think are really practical for you?
Because they took two ideas from me and put it in reality.
Are you gonna get a check? Are you gonna get a fat check?
And that was the ability to share documents
like we do, and we can just share Google Docs in the Hangout and in the waiting room.
Oh,
You actually get that
Johnathan.
too.
That wasn't just your idea.
Well, that's it's all these different services, and the gentleman who made the point about the bandwidth that this might consume. I mean, I'm sure that as we all clamor for these services, I'm sure that they're thinking things like that, like, well, what are the implications on the telcos? And maybe we need to have a conversation with AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon and discuss this. And also, it's a worldwide service, right? So it works anywhere. But there are a lot of implications like this that you have to deal with, when you're introducing these things, I guess, especially video stuff that's going to hog bandwidth. Bruce, I see you joined us. What are your impressions so far? Have you played with any of the new abilities with Google Plus?
I have been. They're active today. When you start a Hangout and you get to the page where you can adjust your settings and everything, there's a little hyperlink. You've probably seen that. It's blue underneath the green Hangout button that says you can try the new features. So I've tried them out. I've done a Hangout with 5 or 6 people, shared documents, shared screens. I like the on-air feature, and that's one of the. I saw that you had your Hangout going for some time. I've been purposely waiting for it to get up a little bit higher because I want to see the on-air feature that will allow more than 10 people to come in and watch and listen and chat. Are you using the extra features now? It doesn't look like it.
Not on this. I don't think that launches. Correct me. I think that launches with Will.i.am. I think that's the first. Then it will work, and only for selected people, right?
You can use the services today. I've used it today.
Yeah, you can.
Well, what's the thing that they said they're only going to work with a selected number of people about?
That's on air, and that's rolling out slowly. That's the broadcast through YouTube.
Well, they also selectively chose people that are able to start extra feature Hangouts as well.
Okay. The pecking order resumes on Google Plus.
Yeah, I can tell you it's bandwidth intensive. I've got 8 megabytes synchronous up and down, and it's pretty intense.
Yeah, if you go, they did something brand new. If it was a Hangout is been started up with the new features, once they get to 10, if people can get in there before the button disappear, because the button will disappear out of the stream when it gets up to 10 people in a room. And if you can get into that waiting lobby, you can actually watch it.
I guess that's provided that you made it public, right? That's provided that you made it open to the public, I assume?
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you get 10 of your friends in there, then you can still use the on-air feature, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share the link with anybody. They don't need the button after a while.
Oh, okay. So when you first share it with one person or 2 people or the public or whatever, that really isn't who's allowed in. It's just who sees it.
Yeah.
That's correct. And I could copy the link on this URL on the Hangout and send it to somebody, and they could click on that link that I sent them and come in.
Okay,
and
cool.
You can, and they added a little new feature with the invite. Meaning you can actually invite by email.
Correct.
Neat. Yeah, this is like that commercial from 20 years ago. This is an exciting day to be alive in the tech world. But I could see so many things. I guess, Priz, you're like me. You're just every few minutes you think of a new neat thing you can do with these features. It's amazing to me.
I got to tell you, Dan, you're cutting into the time that I was going to be spending learning how to program the new Hangout API. So,
all right,
I'm blaming you for this.
You got a good excuse. You got a good excuse, and point well taken. All right, any other final thoughts from anybody? Just want to chime in? You want to start from left to right, I guess?
I'm just excited where this is going to go, and I can't wait to test out the on-air feature. Hopefully we can get a Hangout that has enough people going for it.
And I think also you were supposed to leave and you've stayed, so I think I'm responsible for whatever you've skipped as well.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I thought you had to scoot for something.
I'm going to start coding my own website later, so that's my plan.
There's always tomorrow, right? Later tonight.
No, there's always tonight. That's the real answer.
Or you could switch to Brad at Tech, the Tech Show guy in Australia. He's just getting started now. It's like it's noon over there. Any final thoughts, Priz?
I think the biggest problem with these new with Hangouts with extras is that the world's longest Hangout is going to have to end to switch to the new features.
Oh man, you're right.
We'll be talking with Google to see if that actually has to happen or not.
That's awful. Yeah. I was going to try to get that.
63 days now.
I was trying to get him, the founder of that, on, but I'm glad you came. But I was just so technically frazzled tonight.
I can answer that question because I just got done talking to the founder.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. And he's with it. He's thinking about having us drop. He want me or AJ or Morris to drop the link right onto the site and update it.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that and see what happens.
Okay, and the gentleman in the middle there. You got any final thoughts, or you just hanging out?
So to speak.
All right. About third
Just
episode.
hanging out, but I've been trying it all day. It's pretty good. Tried it on the mobile phone and tried the features. It was pretty good. Worked out pretty good.
Yeah, and AJ.
What state do you come? The gentleman was just talking. What state are you calling from?
Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay, cool. You're close to me. All right, and then Marshall Mathers. Any final thoughts?
My name ain't Marshall Mathers.
I know, I'm joking.
I'm his cousin, but my final thoughts. If Google keep going the way they're going, then success is in their horizon, or of getting people from Facebook and Twitter over here.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to make it more more palatable for folks who are not photographers or tech geeks. The soccer moms and the Facebook people, the games helped a lot, and opening it up to everybody. And I'm glad they got these features done in time, the same time that they're opening it up. And hopefully we'll get another wave of quote-unquote normal people to join us. And then the gentleman all the way on the right, who has no camera, I guess, but he's got many cam, right?
He also didn't have a microphone. That would be Johnathan.
Oh, John. Okay, well, Johnathan, we appreciate. Now he's all worried. Like, how do I tell him I don't have a microphone? Bruce, any final thoughts?
No, I got dropped briefly. The message I got said network failure for resource packets. You can guarantee that this network's getting hammered pretty hard tonight.
Yes. So we'll tomorrow night maybe I'll get everyone to sign off right when we do our show, so we have a nice clean signal.
And I'm in Lynchburg, Virginia too, I might say.
Oh, great, Bruce! Great, awesome. Yeah. Did you send me an email?
I did.
And I have. Okay, send me a new one. I get 300 a day. Will you please? I literally have 3 people who help me with that.
Absolutely.
Please send me another one. I humbly apologize. I'm actually 3 hours from you now. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off on the show. Let me turn this down. And then we'll keep the Hangout going. If anyone wants to check this out, I always have this stuff on my Google Plus page, which is, you can find it at gplus.to/McDermott. This show airs most nights Monday through Thursday, and then Google Plus Week, which is our big show, airs on Friday, live at around 8 p.m. Eastern Time, give or take, and then it's recorded and posted. These shows are on YouTube, on Blog Talk Radio, Huffington Post, and on iTunes. So we thank folks who have joined us from any of those destinations. And that is this episode of the McDermott Report. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks for watching.